Okay, guys. I'm going to replay a video that I did about a year or so ago. And this has to do with the sensitive story that I touched on yesterday and that I did a couple of weeks ago when this gentleman was first arrested. And the reason that I have to be meticulous about what I say, because again, I'm just a small YouTuber reporting the news for expats in Medellin, Colombia, and those who want to visit to help keep you guys safe. Okay, I'm just a small YouTuber reporting the stories and rereading the stories that are in the news there, which can be sensationalized. Okay, let's be real. So I know a lot more facts than I put out. Maybe the document that we received should not have been unsealed, but it was. So I do have counseling and I do have help with this to let me know, Rob. Well, $10,000 bond is not, an unsecured bond too is not a lot. Maybe they don't really have the evidence, or the branding, say it was branding on the arm, but he asked for it in full body pictures. Just little details about the story that made me be aware and sensitive as to what I put out, because the last thing I want to do is to say somebody did something without any facts. Okay, now if we find out this story is true, simply put, fuck them. Okay, if it's the truth, let's be real. That's why I'm rerunning this video of all videos, because you need to know I put out everything how I feel mostly on this stuff. But when it comes to reporting the stories, I want to be as accurate as possible. And if you remember why I was so happy when Travis Rudolph was found not guilty a couple of weeks ago, it's because I didn't just take what the prosecution said was true. This is true. Evidently, I saw the same thing as the jurors. And I was like, don't just do this to a black man. Just accuse him of this. Any man. But in this case, it's a black man. Don't just accuse him without the evidence. Let's put the evidence out there. Again, when we find out stuff is true, then we can make an opinion. But until then, don't just go on a small YouTuber reporting or rereading a sensationalized story coming from another country. Let's find out the facts first. When we get the facts, it's on then. But let me run this video just in case you want to know what I feel about it, because I put out everything that I feel. I put out everything when I broke up, when I moved there, when I moved downtown, I had roaches. When I drove across country to go get a slice of pizza, I put it all out there. But I have to be true when I put this out, true to myself, and tell the truth as I see it and as I know it. But I have counseling. You don't see that counseling. You don't see the information that we have. So anyway, this will give you a better understanding as how I feel on this subject. In this video, I'm going to go over the legal ramifications if you leave this country and go to another country to abuse children, as well as give my opinion on abusing children here, sexually or non, here or in another country. Go to prison, get dealt with, die early. Follow along.
Hey, watching man right now, you're watching DC Born Rob on YouTube.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located, and thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC Born Rob, DC Rob, answer to them all. Thanks again for watching. In this video, again, I'm going to go over the legal ramifications if you leave the United States to go to another country to abuse children. I'm also going to throw in my personal opinion as well, which I don't do too often in this aspect, but I'm going to do it in this video. Now, if you're getting any benefit out of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like helps the YouTube algorithm. For everybody who takes a second and go down and hit like, cool man said, you all right. That's right. Thank you guys again for watching. So let's jump right in. I always try to put out good vibes, put out a presentation that I'm proud of, that my family would be. My mother, I'm 59. I just turned 59 last week. My mother watches all of my videos. My girlfriend watches all my videos. The kids watch my videos. So I have to be careful as far as what I put out there. Make sure I don't get too worked up, snap off, and start saying something, slip up, and somehow it gets through post-edit. So I have to be careful as far as what I say. I try to put on a professional presentation. But I want to jump into this story right quick. First, my opinion on it for those who leave this country or in this country. If you abuse children in any way, specifically in this case, we're talking about sexually, I got three things for you. Again, I said it up front. Get arrested, go to prison. That's number one. Number 2, suffer, get dealt with in prison. And number 3, die early. Just go away so we can move on. Anyway, let me just jump straight into this story. Okay, this is actually not a story. It's from the U.S. government. It's from the Justice Department. So it's justice.gov and so on and so on. But it's entitled A Citizen's Guide to U.S. Federal Law on the Extraterritorial Sexual Exploitation of Children. Again, Parquilleras and all of Poblado there's a curfew from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. for anyone under 18. I believe it said under 18. That's what a child is considered here. Under 18 until the end of the year. And the reason for this is because of the sexual exploitation of minors under the age of 18. And sometimes you can't tell. You need to start checking IDs. Okay, prostitution is legal. I get that. I'm cool with that. I mean, it's not for me to be cool or not cool. It is what it is, and it's legal in that country. But what if they're under 18? You need to know the ramifications of dealing with said individuals. So this is going over a few different statutes. I'm going to run through it really quick. It says federal law provides extraterritorial jurisdiction over certain sexual offenses to children. Extraterritorial jurisdiction is the legal authority of the United States to prosecute criminal conduct and take place outside of its borders. Again, so this is the U.S. government reaching into another country to deal with those who abuse children. Okay, the first section says 2423C of Title 18 United States Code prohibits United States citizens or legal permanent residents from traveling from the United States to a foreign country and while there raping or sexually molesting a child or paying a child for sex. Citizens can be punished under this law even if the conduct that they engaged in was legal in the country where it occurred. For example, if an individual traveled to a country that had legalized prostitution and while they were there, they paid a child for sex, that individual could still be convicted under this statute. The penalty for this provision is up to 30 years in prison. Okay, that's one section. Section 2423B of Title 18 United States Code is a similar provision. Section 2423B makes it a crime for United States citizens or legal permanent residents to travel from the United States to a foreign country with the intent of and to engage in illegal sexual conduct with a child, such as rape, molestation, or prostitution. The difference between Section 2423B and Section 2423C is that the Section 2423B statute requires proof that the defendant had formed his criminal intent at the time he began his travel. The penalty for this offense is also up to 30 years in prison. Finally, Section 2423D makes it a crime to be what is known informally as being a child sex tour operator. In other words, if somebody called you and says, hey, you need to come down here for that reason, this is what it's talking about. This statute makes it an offense to profit by facilitating the travel of U.S. citizens or legal permanent residences, knowing that they are traveling for the purpose of engaging in illegal sex with a minor. The penalty for this offense is up to 30 years in prison. There are also some child pornography laws that apply to conduct overseas. Section 2251C and 2260A of Title 18 United States Code both make it a crime for anyone to produce child pornography in foreign countries if they import the child abuse images into the United States or if they intend to do so. The penalty for a first-time offender under these statutes is at least 15 years up to a maximum of 30 years in prison. You know what this means? This means you go down and mistakenly or not, you have sex with someone under 18 and you video record it and you send it via email or you have it on your phone and you bring it back to the United States. Guess what? If that's reported there, they'll be waiting for you at the border and they may even come in that country and get you. In this case, we're talking about Colombia. Finally, 18 USC 1596 grants extraterritorial jurisdiction over 18 USC 1591, sex trafficking of children or by force, fraud, or coercion. In this instance, this means that the federal prosecutors can investigate and prosecute foreign nationals who commit sex trafficking crimes against children outside of the United States. Section 1596 also allows the federal government to investigate and prosecute U.S. nationals and residents who commit child sex trafficking crimes in foreign countries. and it gives a way to look for more information. Was this helpful? Yes, it was. And I have to reach back and say thanks to the gentleman that helps me with this, the gentleman that has been helping me overwhelmingly with the brothers, the Stevenson brothers in prison in Ecuador, as well as the Reed family, where Timothy Reed lost his life in Medellin Colombia, April 20th of this year. Anyway, shout out to for that. Thank you for just jumping right on this when I told you I want to do a video about it and hop right on it. But again, I got 3 things for you if you do that. 3 things for you, okay? Deal with the judicial system. Go to prison. While you're in prison, get dealt with. And you know how they do it to those who abuse kids. And then 3, just die early. Be done with it. Let us keep on moving on. Again, I normally don't touch on these subjects, but I got a couple of comments that said that I was ambiguous, or I said something like, I don't even want to go into that because I may lose some people. When I mean lose some people stop watching my video because I lost it, because I can lose it. Again, I go out of my way to put on as professional as I can do with the tools that I have. I try to pass on information to keep you guys safe. But I'm still from DC, so every once in a while I may lose it. And again, my mom watches all my videos. Maybe, Mom, you shouldn't have watched this one, but she watches all my videos. And again, the kids and my girl watches my videos too. So I try to be as professional as I can. I hope most of you guys appreciate that. I speak to you guys a lot, whether via phone, whether email, whether in the group. By the way, if you are going to Colombia, join our group. There is strength in numbers. And I'm working on a tool also to keep you guys even safer while you're there. But let me take one step back. If you are with somebody, make sure you see their ID, and it's a valid ID. I mean, I know you're not the police and you don't know, could it be falsified? But I mean, if somebody looks young, you need to keep on stepping, because guess what? I just told you, you're going to get dealt with. You're going to get dealt with there. And I can't even tell you, I can't imagine what that's going to be like, because you may be in their prison and then have to come back here and deal with ours. And we may even reach our hand into that country and snatch you out, because we got it like that. With that in that country against drugs and child abuse, believe it, the long arm of the U.S. government will reach down there, snatch you up, and you will be dealt with. So anyway, again, I do these videos to keep you guys safe. It's as simple as that. I do this to keep you safe, to encourage you to travel. I have videos coming out soon. Hopefully I get them done soon for Mexico. Love Mexico. I still never finished my videos on Europe. I'm so far in a hole on videos right now. And I have a young lady that I interviewed from Panama also, and I need to post her video. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please be safe. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.